It's been a year since the madness of my divorce with Mia, and boy, do I have a story for you. Strap in for the roller coaster ride of a greedy ex-wife and her malicious compliance that totally backfired. So, quick background, Mia and I were 3 months into our separation, and I was genuinely trying to be reasonable. I suggested divorce agreements, trying to find some common ground, but Mia, being Mia, had other plans. Now, I'm no stranger to legal documents and knew that a scorched earth policy wasn't the way to go. Living in a no-fault state meant a fair share for both, and alimony was on the table. So, I tried to be civil, proposing fair terms, but Mia wasn't having any of it. To cover my bases, I switched to emails for that much-needed paper trail. I knew a court might order spousal support, so I wasn't about to cut her off completely. I wasn't a doormat, though. I moved my direct deposit, kept an eye on finances, and continued paying the bills. My final offer was, in my opinion, pretty generous. I suggested splitting the cars with me taking on all the debt, including her student loans. On top of that, I offered her $3,000, $4,000 a month for a year to help her get back on her feet. And she'd get all our stuff. Seemed fair, right? Not for Mia. Fast forward 3 months, and I finally get her to agree to a mediator. Here's where it gets interesting. The mediator lays down the rules, including a clause that we can't file any other legal paperwork. I sign without a second thought. Mia, on the other hand, hesitates before reluctantly signing. The mediator starts asking basic questions, and every time Mia goes off on irrelevant emotional rants. But I stay focused, ignoring her theatrics. The pinnacle of the madness was when she literally crawled onto the table, trying to force me into her emotional chaos. The mediator had had enough, reminding Mia of the rules she'd agreed to. He gave us homework, scheduled the next meeting, and sent us on our way. 2 weeks out from the failed mediation, I get served with a summons to court for a hearing on spousal support. Turns out, my ex couldn't resist taking things to the legal battlefield. The claim? Mia insisted she received a whopping $130 from me in 3 months. Seriously? Not only was that a flat-out lie, but it also violated the mediator's terms. Fast forward to a conference call with Mia, the mediator, and me. The mediator tells her to withdraw the complaint or no more mediation. Mia, being Mia, adamantly refuses, and the mediator exits stage left, refund checks, minus his time and work. Prepping for the court hearing, I print out 3 months of bank statements, highlighting every transaction. Over 100 toll bills from her driving through express lanes. Yep, those too. The grand total? $133,000. I couldn't help but think, you missed a couple of zeros in your complaint. I also revisit the spousal support rules, realizing she's currently getting 72% of my pay. The court hearing was my chance to set things straight. Armed with a thick stack of evidence, including an Excel spreadsheet summary, I was ready. Court day arrives, and I'm in the hall outside the family law section, paperwork in hand. Mia shows up, starts going off on me. Ignoring her, I start a written transcript of her ranting. When she catches on, she huffs and sits away. The court officer finally comes, and we head in. Mia launches into a speech about my faults and how I supposedly don't need the money. I hand over my stack of papers to the court officer, verbally going through each point. Mia interrupts. The officer tries to stop her, but she won't quit. We finish the list, and the officer shakes her head, saying we'll garnish my paychecks for the amount specified by law. Mia sits smug, thinking she's won. Little does she know, it's a win for me. We sign papers. I hand over a check for the first payment, and the officer gets up to make copies. I ask if I can wait in another room, and the officer agrees, giving Mia a side eye. So, after the court hearing where spousal support was set straight, I got a hint from the court officer and left, leaving Mia in the paperwork shuffle. First things first, I call my cell carrier and cancel her phone. They ask if she wants to set up her own plan. I play it cool. I can't answer that. I'm hoping for a court order to remove her from my accounts. They get it, and I go down the list canceling all the remaining subscriptions she was using. The fallout? Oh, it was glorious. Blowing up my phone, emails, texts from her sister's phone. I just grinned and ignored it all. Then came the all-caps email with a screenshot of the Netflix inactive account message. Yep, even Netflix. Guilty as charged, I giggled. But wait, there's more. A month later, she realizes she's getting less money from me and files an appeal. Denied. Lack of reason. Another month later, a complaint that I wasn't paying her car payments. QI roll. This time, I had a lawyer. We all head to court and the court officer pauses before calling her, saying, "This lady is a piece of work." Validation, my friends. The call goes predictably. Irrelevant rants, officers shutting her down. Finally, the court officer asked for proof I wasn't making car payments. She's holding documents proving I did. Ex nearly screams, officer shuts her down. Complaint dismissed. Thank you, next. Now, down in the comments, we've got a gem from Captain Cinders. Their brother's ex insisted on the legal route for child support. Court determined he was overpaying, and then came the divorce. Brother offers her the house, child support, and remaining cash to set up his new life. Nope, not good enough. She insists on court, hires a lawyer, and surprisingly, the judge agrees with the sensible and equitable proposal. She gets the house and no cash. Justice served.